following up on your answer, I remember a couple of years ago when I was back in India, I'm from New Delhi. I was watching one of your interviews with Arnab Goswami. He's a very popular journalist. And you were telling him about how you're an optimist, and because of that, at one point you did not know that you could have depression.
Yes.
And during those times, sir, how difficult or easy does it become for us to stick to our principles? Or do we have to be flexible around them? How do we manage ourselves like that?
So I'm an eternal optimist. To me, the ultimate definition of optimism is that nothing is all wrong. Even a clock that has stopped running is correct twice a day. If it's 12:30 and the clock, दो बार दिन में 12:30 तो बजेगी. So, and about 8 years back, and I have my optimism has really helped me. Otherwise, I never thought a small town boy, a clerk's son, will come to UCLA. I don't even know what is the full form of UCLA. Tell me.
Make a guess.
Los Angeles, I know. California, I know. University, I know. Yeah, so I have made it because of my optimism. Because I feel that that's the only way to live. You have to, I'm sure you all have to come and you left your parents at home and they are optimistic about you. They have sent you thinking that one day you will bring laurels to them, you will do something about life, you will be on the right path, which they think they are. So it's their optimism, and it's because of their optimism that you are here. Apart from that, they could maybe afford for them to send it to you, it's also their optimism. You will not come here on a gunpoint. You did not do that. Some of you might. But so I used to always postpone things. I'll say, no, everything will be fine. Nothing to worry about. This will be fine. I'll make it. My first film was I was 28 when I played a 65-year-old man. So, Saransh. But thank God for that film that I have continued working for the last 38 years. So optimism played a very important role. And about 8 years back, I stopped getting sleep. So I thought maybe something is happening. I went to Chicago to sleep studio. I was not sleeping. I became insomnia completely. So it was difficult for me to not sleep the whole night and then the daytime face the artificial lights, those lights that they give you on shootings. So I went to my eye doctor and I said, Dr. D'Souza, can you give me some ointment for my eye? Because when I open my eyes while shooting, they're dry. So he kept listening to me. He said, Mr. Kher, please don't mind, but I don't think you need an eye doctor, you need a psychiatrist. So I said, are you crazy? I'm the most optimistic person. I'm a motivational speaker. My first book has become a bestseller. And what are you telling me that? He said, don't worry, you don't have to sort of go to his clinic. You can go to, he can come to your house and you can meet him in a hotel room or something. I said, no, I have no problem. I'll go and meet him in his clinic. The next day, he gave me his friend's name and I went to that doctor. Now his doctor's, that this was the reception and there were 5-6 doors. On one door was written ENT, then eye doctor, dentist, and one door was written psychiatrist. So everybody is taking pictures with me and selfies and looking at me, and I was not physically looking unwell. So they're asking me, where are you going? I said, Poo doctor. Either I'm doing some comedy or something like that. I took that book, the name of the book is, if you ever get a chance, the one which was translated into number of languages. It's called The Best Thing About You Is You. And it had just come onto the bestsellers list. So I took that book and I walked into it. I said, Doctor, before you tell me anything, this is my book and tell me your problem. So Dr. Vishwas Saban, he actually started telling me his problem. He said, my wife is also a doctor and she's having a problem with her senior. I said, okay, so do this problem is solved. What are your other problems? You know, arrogant Indian actor was talking to a psychiatrist. Then he said, okay, so for 1 hour I solved all his problems. I said, this is my book. If you have any problem, read this, and this is my phone number, and call me when you have a problem. As I was leaving, he started writing something on his pad. I said, what are you writing? He said, your medication. He said, your problem of you have depression, and your depression problem is optimism. You postpone things. That you not necessarily you are unhappy. Even when you are unhappy, you want to be happy. You want to be energetic. You want to have full this thing. So all your problems are gone back, and it has given you depression, and because of that, you are not able to sleep. I said, okay, so what do I do? He said, medication. So I did take medication for 3 months, but then I said, no, I must change that about myself. And then I became a brand ambassador of mental health in India, and I started talking about it, because all of us in India, the best part about this is that we tell our problems to everybody. To the lift operator, to the pan wala, to the auto guy. क्या हो रहा है भैया, बड़े परेशान है, क्या बताऊं सर, बीवी से झगड़ा हो गया या पिताजी ने डांट दिया, बड़ा गड़बड़ है. So we get, with this catharsis, we keep getting out of it. We have to pay $500 over here to lie down and say the same thing. But it's a serious problem, because communication has become so oriented. So this emoji has replaced our real smiles. How are you, emoji? I miss you, emoji. So we have forgotten how to deal with it. So that was my story of my depression, and I think I'm much better now. I still take sometimes a sleeping tablet, because my mind is thinking about thousands of things. I want to do so many things. As you grow older, when a man reaches his mid-50s, he discovers whether he likes himself or herself or not. I like myself. I like myself for what I have come from and where I have reached. And now there is so much to do. Coming to this place is part of that. To be able to say now. So it's beautiful to be admitting again power of truth. That yes, I went through depression. The moment I said it, all of you will share it with yourself, that it's all right to be depressed once in a while. We don't share that. That's it.
That's so powerful and so beautiful. And I'm glad you discovered that you like yourself, because I've been a big fan. All of us in this room love you, because who don't love you.
That's good. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just because she has left the paper now, she's actually making things and making embarrassed about it. But I'm happy.
Yeah, thank you so much for being so open about your mental health. I think as students, we often don't stop and think and check in with ourselves. And it's so important that within the Indian community that we start having these conversations. I personally went through some things in the past, and I'm just glad to hear it from you, as you said.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful to be able to share what you go through, because people frighten you what they think is your shortcoming. So they will manipulate you because they think they know something about you which is your shortcoming. If you tell yourself your shortcomings to the world, then what are they going to frighten you with? Yes, I was depressed. I went bankrupt at the peak of my film career in 2004 because I wanted to be a TV tycoon. I started borrowing money. I was not happy with just being a successful actor. I wanted to have my own studio. Amitabh Bachchan was coming with his own studio, ABCL. I said, I will also have it, AKSL, Anupam Kher studio, etc. I had no knowledge. I was the first person in my entire 100 years of family who earned 10,000 rupees together.